It was past midnight, and Bowa stood at the edge of the old graveyard, staring at the rusty iron gate. The wind howled through the trees, and the shadows of broken headstones danced in the moonlight. He wasn't supposed to be here, no one was. The residents always said this place was cursed, that anyone who entered would never return. But Bowa wasn't afraid of old legends. He pushed the gate open with a loud creak. As soon as he stepped inside, the air seemed to grow colder. He could feel the weight of the place silent, eerie, and heavy with something he couldn't explain. Just a few steps in, he heard it. A whisper. Faint at first, almost like the wind.
Bowa.
He stopped in his tracks. His heart skipped a beat. Did he just hear his name? He scanned the area, but there was no one around. The graves were old, cracked, and overgrown with weeds. There shouldn't have been anyone here. But then it came again.
Bowa.
Soft and chilling. His breath caught in his throat. There was no mistaking it now. Someone or something was calling his name. His skin crawled as the whisper grew louder, as if it was coming from the ground beneath his feet. He wanted to turn back, but curiosity pushed him forward. He had heard rumors about this graveyard all his life. People said it was haunted, cursed by those buried here long ago. They spoke of strange voices, shadowy figures, and an ancient evil that kept the dead restless. But those were just stories, right? Bowa walked deeper into the graveyard, trying to shake off the growing fear. The whispers followed him, more persistent, more desperate.
Leave while you can.
He reached the center of the graveyard where an old stone mausoleum stood, crumbling with age. Its door was slightly ajar, and as Bowa approached, the whispering stopped. There was only silence, heavy and unnatural. His hands trembled as he pushed the door open. Inside, the walls were lined with cracked stone coffins. At the center of the room was a large tomb, covered in dust and cobwebs. Bowa stepped closer, wiping away the dirt to reveal an inscription. Here lies the cursed souls. Disturb them, and they will claim your life. Suddenly, the ground shook beneath him. The air grew thick, suffocating, and the whispers returned louder, angrier.
You shouldn't have come.
The floor began to crack, and from the shadows, a pale, skeletal hand emerged from the earth, clawing at the air. He stumbled back. More hands broke through the ground, and the whispers became screams. Panic set in. He turned to run, but the mausoleum door slammed shut, trapping him inside. The room was spinning, the walls closing in, and the voices echoed in his ears, growing more frantic, more desperate.
Stay with us, Bowa.
He managed to escape from the door, screaming for help, but no one could hear him. The hands reached out, cold and bony, chasing him down. He struggled, but it was no use. The ground opened beneath him, and with one final scream, he was swallowed by the earth. The next morning, the graveyard was still. The only sound was the wind whispering through the trees. But if you listen closely, you might hear a new voice among the whispers. A voice calling for help, just like Bowa's. And now the neighborhood had one more legend, a story of the young archaeologist who vanished in the night, and the voices that would never let him leave. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more.